Hello. Audio check. Hey
Hi,
everyone.
everybody.
Hi. Super special stream. Yeah, you're not late. Don't worry. Currently belting. Ooh. Yeah, put the sun in the background. This is nice. I see somebody saying they're gonna play Minecraft while we stream. Have you played Minecraft, Faye?
Actually, no, it looks really fun.
Yeah.
It's something that I would play, but unfortunately, I never got a chance to. I played the old school Minecraft, Legos. So,
Mm-hmm. Exactly. The hands-on Minecraft. Well, the nice thing about Minecraft is you don't have to make a mess. And it doesn't hurt. But yeah, hi everyone. How y'all doing? How's face audio, by the way? She good?
can you guys hear me okay?
Yes. Super special stream today. And I'm doing good. So let's see. Yeah, people are saying you're good, Faye. So how are you, Faye?
Awesome.
Let the masses
I'm
know.
good. I'm excited because I haven't streamed for a while and I haven't done character design in a while. So this is going to be really fun. And I'm also learning Krita,
Oh,
and
right.
there's so much to pick up, and I'm still pretty rusty. So it's gonna be
I'm gonna switch your
uh,
POV. It's okay. Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
sure.
No
Oh, hold
spoilers,
on
by the
one
way. Yeah,
second.
no
No, no
spoilers.
spoilers. Hold on one second.
Yeah. Good thing I asked, actually. I was about to switch.
I just have a white screen, so
Oh, okay.
we can
Then
we can get started actually. Um,
all right. Yeah, it is about that time. Yeah, Minecraft is a great game. Yeah, people are asking to play Minecraft. Highly agree. One of the best games of all time, I would say. But yeah, speaking of the best of all time, you know, let's start the best stream of all time. Let's make this the best one. But yeah, before we begin, I want to introduce the stream. Thanks to everybody for coming in. And for those who just came in, this is a Draw Your OC stream. So beforehand, we had a nice submission thing going on, and people submitted, but sadly, it's closed. So maybe if you want to join next time, uh, be on the lookout for that. And for the OCs that we're drawing, it's not exactly a redesign or like a crit or anything like that. It's just supposed to be a fun draw your OC stream and feature some of your wonderful, wonderful creations on stream. Have a chance to get them featured. So I think me and Faye are no, not I think, but we are doing three. We are doing three OCs for today, and yeah, look forward to it. So, do you have anything you're excited about, Faye?
I wanted to say how many submissions we got, and well over 100, and it was very very hard to pick.
Yeah,
But we tried to pick characters that kind of represented more like different styles and different types of characters. So from creatures to humans, just to keep it a little bit um, more to showcase variety.
yeah,
And so we really hope that the artists are in the chat
yeah.
because we might ask you some questions.
Yo, I will say I recognize some names. So I recognize some names here who are who are part of the submissions that we're doing
Oh,
today.
nice.
Yeah,
Oh, and
I
Jaden, happy birthday.
oh, whose
Jaden
birthday?
Blight.
Oh,
I'm just checking the chat right now.
yeah, it's Jaden Blight's birthday. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Yeah,
Welcome in, everybody. So yeah, let's get started. I know
oh
Iggy
sure.
usually talks
Yeah.
about what we do here at Wing Canvas. So in case you don't know,
Ooh. Yeah. Okay. That was a nice lead up, but I did not spite. But let's see. So yeah, in case you guys didn't know, our growing community is filled with tons of art nerds, and we art nerds, we gotta stick together. So if you're an art nerd too, be sure to check out our links in our social media in the description below, or to our social media, and check out our website for class offerings where you can get critique, guidance, and encouragement from instructors like me and Faye, because we're not just a YouTube channel, we're mainly an art school. we're also not school, I should say. um, if you'd like to support us so we could keep making free content, consider supporting us by becoming a YouTube member for exclusive channel perks like emotes, sub badges, or supporting us on Patreon for as little as $2 per month, where you can get tons of perks like my working files, critique sessions, class recordings, and a huge discount on classes that have limited amounts of spots, so be sure to check those out before they're gone. And yeah, there you go. Very nice. Ooh, how many were chosen? 3 people were chosen.
We chose 3 OCs, and boy, were they hard
I
to
know.
decide on. So I guess we should showcase our first artist.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just gonna quickly let the dog out, but
Okay.
she's scratching at the door. But you go ahead, Iggy.
Okay, for sure. So, first submission. You guys ready? First OC is... Ta-da! It's by Geo. So, this is Geo. And her... If you want to check out her work, it's geodraws_927 on Instagram. So, check out her wonderful, wonderful work. And, yeah, while Faye is letting the dog out... Yeah, there you go.
I'm back.
Welcome back. I'm gonna switch to your POV. So we're at Geo's. We're at Serene. So yeah, can I switch to your POV? No
Yeah,
spoilers?
sure. I haven't really started yet, but
Sure.
I can just kind of talk about how I would approach this character. So let me just...
Yeah. So I guess you could draw, and then I want to introduce like the character. I guess like read the description that they left.
Oh, okay. My description's kind of covered up, but there we go. I'm just moving it for a second. But
Okay.
a bold, sassy hunter with dragon-like abilities, including scales. And she's magical, but she prefers to fight just martial combat, I guess, with a bow and arrow. We really like this character, and you know, it's got a nice finished rendering here. So I think if I were to approach it differently, I think I would start with a different pose. So really, I would, you know, make the pose a little bit more dynamic. Is the artist in the chat?
Yeah, I did see Geo. She was there. Yeah, there she is. Holy cow. Yeah, I saw her name. I was like, oh, there she is.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Like...
So I'm not really sure if I'll have time to draw the entire pose, but I was thinking about doing something a little bit more dynamic.
Yeah.
And
Gio was saying that she liked the scales on the close-up version, the pencil sketch. I think that's more like accurate.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let me get started. Yeah, I like that you're starting off with the pose. Yeah, you got the classic box rib cage right there.
Yeah, I just think that, you know, her body can be a little bit, I guess, a little bit more feminine and a little bit more dynamic. So I'm just kind of drawing out these torso boxes, like I would tell my students to do.
Weird.
And it, you know, what I found interesting about this character is that she's not afraid of the cold. So in your description of the character, it actually says that she's not afraid of the cold, but then here she's wearing this like huge cape, which makes me think that she is afraid of the cold. So I'm gonna give her less clothing.
Yeah, the cold never bothered her anyway.
Yeah.
Deep, deep, deep. Yeah, it's like a alternate, and like you get to see, I guess, the outfit under the cloak. Yeah. Deep. Actually, for me, I'm doing it a little bit differently. I'll be what's it called? Painting it more like. So like I don't want to start with a sketch. I just want to jump into color.
Oh, so you're gonna start with like a silhouette.
Yeah.
Like you usually do. Nice. Okay.
Ooh, just came
and
here.
What pose are you doing?
I'm not sure yet. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just kind of winging it because I didn't want to overthink it. I think whenever I plan something, it kind of makes me more nervous to like stay on track. So I'd rather just have it be easy peasy fun.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a good approach. Especially if you're, I don't know, like usually I have, I guess, a more realistic style. Whereas, you know, Jesse, Iggy, what would you describe your style as?
Yeah, I think I would describe it as more, yeah, like you mentioned, it's more anime, more stylized, and I wouldn't say like it's close to realism, but I still try, I guess. I try my best to make it as close to realism as possible. But yeah, more stylized.
So
And
like a semi, like would you say semi-realistic?
yeah,
Because yeah, okay.
cause like, but yeah. There.
Okay.
And I'm gonna switch to my POV, because I like where yours is going so far. You already have like a cool pose, and then I'll show mine. Mine is like this blob. There's not much to show just yet, so I'll switch to face POV. And there.
I'm sort of just kind of figuring out the pose. And you know, I looked up some references actually. Let me show you what I'm referencing.
Sure.
So I found a pose here that is really just like, you know, a woman shooting, and I'm gonna make, you know, her neck a little bit longer. I do want to give her some dragon features as well, and I want her to look a
Yeah.
little bit more playful rather than this kind of focused look. Because, you
Mhm.
know, in the character description, she's sarcastic.
Yeah.
So I thought I would
Oh.
change it up a little bit. And then I'm not really great at drawing dragons. I wouldn't say that they are um, something I specialize in, but I did sort of look up some dragons, and I did like this one. And I'm just gonna, you know, reference the color and some of the spikes for the scales, but mostly referencing your drawing.
Yeah. So cool. And I was gonna ask, so have you ever done archery, Faye? You ever tried it?
No, I haven't. It looks like a lot of fun though. I have not done archery.
Yeah. For me, I did it for gym class, and like I did it for one time in this camp, and it is
Hey,
really fun. Yeah, you should try it when you have the chance.
gym class. That sounds wow.
I
That sounds like a
know.
cool gym class. My gym class was really lame. We did like aerobics and stuff. Like it was not fun at all.
Yoga stuff, but I'm sure like future Faye will appreciate aerobics. But yeah, for archery and gym class, we had like these styrofoam, what's it called? Styrofoam boards, and then we just shoot them in the gym. So yeah, it was indoors too. And yeah, and you mentioned that you didn't draw dragons, Faye, but when you were like I guess like before, did you ever have like a phase where you like to draw a certain thing?
Uh, did I like to draw certain things?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I did. I like to draw insects. Is that weird?
Ooh, insects.
I think it was because I was afraid of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did a series of paintings. I was studying under this illustrator, Alex Gross.
Mm-hmm.
He's an amazing artist. If you Google him up, super detailed renderings and beautiful work and very conceptual. So he was my professor at the time, and he basically said, okay, I want you to draw some of your fears,
Ah.
and obsessions to make like really, you know, emotional, compelling artwork. And so at the time I was really afraid of bugs, and so I drew a lot of bugs,
Mm-hmm.
more realistically than like characters. So but it almost became an obsession.
Interesting. So your fear became an obsession.
A little bit. So even now, like when I see a bug, initially I kind of react with a bit of disgust, or I squeal or whatever, and
Yeah.
then I kind of, after I smush it or put it under a glass, I look at it and I examine it.
Ew,
I like
squish bug.
analyze it. Yeah.
Yeah, because like honestly, I think bugs are one of the most interesting creatures on this planet. But man, do I agree. I can't stand to look at them.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, they're pretty gross looking.
but
Well, not
maybe
all
that's
of
a
them.
secret.
Ladybugs are pretty nice.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, maybe that's a secret. Maybe I should draw them. Maybe I should like I need to look at them now because I have to pay attention. Like for me, um I think isopods are so cool. Like I wanna draw them, but they're so like I can just imagine their clickety clackety little little legs, like you know, or like because I know they don't mean harm, but it's just like I can't help it. They're so creepy.
Yeah, I think a
Yeah,
lot of alien designs are based off of bugs, because
yeah,
if you just zoom in, they look really, really weird.
you.
Um, but yeah, I think I kind of have a sketch
Ooh,
of
yeah. Let's switch to your
the
POV.
body.
There you go. Wow. And then what is chat saying? Insects are the worst any of mine. Difficult? Ooh, giant isopod mouth. Yeah, because it seems like isopods, they look like funny guys, you know? They're just like, they look like moving plates. But then if you flip them over, they kind of look like a nightmare. Like a... And, hold up, I gotta mute. I got a cough. Oh my gosh. Still sick after all this
Oh,
time.
Iggy, still sick. Poor you.
But yeah, it's okay. It's like, it's that type where you can feel it wearing off already. So, not that bad. Here. And there. And another thing that
Oh,
I can't take is, I think shellfish. I don't know. It's just so fascinating to me that people would eat it, like crabs and like lobster. I'm sure they're like delicious, but like it's kind of weird to me.
oh yeah, definitely. Imagine the first people to eat like a crab.
Hmm.
Everybody was probably around them watching them like, oh my gosh,
Yeah. Actually,
brave
I
souls.
I did see that lobsters. It used to be prison food actually in the medieval times.
What?
Yeah.
That's a really cool fact. Wow.
Yeah. I know it sounds like, oh my gosh, this luxury food, but nah, because it was pretty yucky back in the day, you know? Compared to now where like people know cooking techniques, but before it was like, ew, you're a prisoner, you get to eat lobster, good for you.
I would go to prison to eat lobster.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I think if they had medieval butter and medieval cooking pots and medieval boiling techniques, maybe you would consider it. But no, they just had lobster straight up. Oh, thank you. And yeah, I switched a little bit, Faye, because it was glitching a little bit, the stream on your end.
Oh, oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah, just a Discord thing. Here, and there. But I actually haven't painted like this in a while, so I wanted to keep the pose pretty casual, not as dynamic as yours. Doot, doot, and there. I had to reinstall Minecraft because of the lag. One of them said. Yeah, it's
I find
okay.
Krita very laggy sometimes because it uses up a lot of power on my computer.
Oh. Yeah, there's some beefy software. Maybe.
Beefy, yeah.
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 Oh, yeah, because I remember back in the day, the PC I used to draw on, it was a PC that my mom's work threw away, and then that's what I drew on Clip Studio.
Nice.
Mhm.
Nice. I wish, like, you know, you could find stuff like that. I pick up stuff off the street all the time.
Yeah.
Not like things that might have bed bugs on them, but you know, like
Yeah.
things that I see that I can reuse. Um, so
Free stuff. Yeah, because I do have a core memory actually about that, like picking stuff up. Because I remember, I think it was like a good quarter kilometer, right, away from my house, and it was this big computer desk, and I had 5 of my friends with me. We were walking home from school, and I was like, guys, go on without me. I want this desk. And they were like,
how did you get
nah.
it home?
The 5 of us carried it home. Like,
Wow.
it was a long time. We were sweating by the time we got home, and like, yeah, it was a nice desk. It was
Nice.
very, very big.
Well, I drive a pickup truck, so you know,
Ooh.
it's very easy to pick up stuff. I'm mostly picking up kid stuff, but you know, it's unbelievable what people throw out these days. We have such a culture where, oh, something's broken, in the trash it goes, you know?
Yeah. When
What
it could be
happened to
usable.
people fixing stuff? I
Yeah,
feel like that's gonna come back though.
it is. And also, I just realized I don't mute on Discord, so I'm so sorry. I just mute on stream, but when I cough. But anyway, yeah, so true. I don't know. I think people just think newer is better, you know. Even though sometimes it's just good to just stick with it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the lawnmower I have, it was thrown away by my dad's coworker. Like what? When was that? How long ago was 2016? 7 years ago, and he thought it was like dead, but then it's still working, you know. Like I still use it
Nice.
to this day, the same lawnmower.
I have a lot of broken lawnmowers in my garage. I'd say maybe 2 or 3. My husband's a mechanic, so he's always like, "Oh, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna take this part and put it on that one." You know.
Oh,
So it's like his creative thing.
word. So like what's it called? It's like a lawnmower graveyard. But yeah, do you have
Kind of.
any non-art hobbies, or like something not related to drawing?
Traveling
Ooh.
and trying new foods. Just
Mm,
trying new things in general. Just keeps me excited, I guess.
for sure.
You know when you're a kid and you're like excited about everything?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, as an adult you're just kind of, oh, yeah, okay, like a little bit more, I guess, the more of a jaded approach. And I think the wonder of being a child is, I always get that wonder when I travel to new places or when I try new things.
Ooh,
Especially food. Food is very big in my culture.
word. So many different tastes. So many different
Hmm.
foods to taste. To kind of see. What is the most memorable traveling memory for you?
Travel memory.
Yeah.
Um,
Did, did, did.
I guess when I was in Vietnam,
Mm-hmm.
took a photo of a really, really busy street, and there were probably like a few hundred people just kind of at a red light.
Mm.
And when I went back home and looked at that picture close up, I realized that most of those people were looking at the camera. They were like looking right at me, and I had no idea.
That's so funny.
I actually did a painting of
Yeah,
that
I was about to bring it
that
up.
exact
Yeah.
piece.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The same painting. Yeah.
I realized my character, I've given her kind of Princess Peach hair
Oh,
on
let's.
not on purpose, but it kind of has the bangs and everything. And I feel like the like the original character is supposed to be, more of a kind of a tomboy type look, kind of
Yeah.
short, very practical hair.
Sassy.
So
Yeah,
I
tied
think
up.
I'm gonna, yeah, kind of like how I wear my hair. I never change my hair.
Yeah, same. Well, actually, before I didn't always have long hair. It was only because of COVID, and then I was like, I kind of like it. Grew on. Yeah, I like my hair. It grew on me. Doot, doot, doot.
So how long is your hair now?
Uh, just up to my shoulders. Well,
Okay.
t like touching my shoulders, pretty much. Not like
I
draping
see.
over it. Yeah.
Mine is too long. I haven't had a haircut. Like I don't do anything interesting with my hair. So every time Jessie updates her hair, I'm like, whoa, that's awesome. I don't think I think I dyed my hair once when I was younger, and I really did not like it
What
because
color?
it was supposed to be this nice brownish color, like a light brown color, but then it faded and it turned almost this blonde color, and it looked terrible.
Aw.
Skin tone. And I was like, okay, I'm never gonna do that again.
Yeah. I've never thought about dyeing my hair, but like, I think if I were to dye it, I'd want like the platinum, the silver.
Really?
Yeah.
You'll have to update your avatar with silver
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah. I just think it's so nice, like platinum. Like I know some people will say like, "Oh, old man," but yeah, I just think it
If
looks
you have a
cool.
young face, the platinum makes you look even younger.
Mm-hmm. The juxtaposition's like, whoa, this guy's got graying hair, but he looks so young.
Like Anderson Cooper, he pulls that gray. He was like one of the first, to pull off that gray hair, silver. We
Ooh,
have to say silver.
yeah. Some people call it platinum blonde. I'm like, whoa, so cool, so regal sounding. Yeah, and there. But yeah, I kind of don't like it because I heard that it kind of ruins your hair. It makes it unnatural and like it'll never be the same or whatever.
Well, I think if you really start getting the gray hair,
Mm-hmm.
then you might feel differently.
Yeah.
Like, why did I turn my hair gray prematurely? Sometimes I'll get like a white hair, but I don't know why. It just turns white, like all white.
Mm,
It makes me wonder, wouldn't the hair be like half white? Why doesn't it turn,
yeah.
or start getting white at the root? No, the entire hair turns white.
Yeah, I wonder what the science is. I don't know what the science is
No.
for like white hair, because I know it's caused by like getting old, stress or whatever. But how does it happen?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I did get my hair tested for mercury levels though when I lived in Los Angeles, and I was eating a lot of seafood,
Oh.
and I was taking an ocean science class, and my
Mhm.
ocean science teacher said, "Oh, I can test your hair." I said, "Sure." And
Oh,
he says he can actually see, how often I eat fish or
interesting.
things that contain mercury in it by my hair. So I thought
Wow.
that was really cool.
So I'll probably have no mercury then because I do not eat fish. Yeah, I never got into eating fish. Never liked it.
Never liked fish, eh?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, not even. People keep telling me try sushi, but then I don't know. I guess I've tried tuna, And salmon. It was alright.
Have you tried it raw though?
No, I've never tried it raw.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, and one of the chats says, I grew my first gray hair. I'm 16.
Oh. It's okay, rock that gray hair.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get some, you know, that's a hair of wisdom. When you're 16 and you have gray hair, that's like,
Yeah.
that
You
hair's
learned
precious.
something. Good. And speaking of wisdom, I hate wisdom teeth. Why do they grow? Why is that a thing?
Wisdom teeth?
Yeah.
I don't know. I had mine removed, but I only had 3.
Yeah, I had 2 removed. But yeah, wisdom teeth, they're not very smart. Why would they grow there? Good. And then...
Okay, so I'm trying to think of the costume here, or the outfit. Artist, if you are in chat, Geo, is there anything about the character's outfit that you would like me to know before I go crazy changing it to maybe something that you that doesn't fit the character?
Yeah, I think they mentioned earlier that they were chilling before work, so that's a good guess that maybe she went to work. But we could probably still chat. Geo, you back in the... Yeah, I'm seeing the regulars. Oh, the regulars here. Hello. Oh, there you go. There's Geo. Gloves are essential.
Hey!
They're designed for archery. There you go.
Gloves, okay.
Excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna draw the scales for last. And I'll make it a little darker.
I do like the gloves, how some of the fingers stick out. I think it's I guess all of them. The first, just trying to...
Yeah, I don't know if I'll
sketch
draw
that
the hands, actually. I'll just make a nice portrait, I think. There. There.
Yeah, unfortunately we wanted to draw 3 characters, so I don't know if I'll have time to finish it.
That's also why I didn't want to overthink the pose. I was thinking like either copy the pose she did, or like simple standing pose. Simple sassy.
Sassy.
Yeah. There we go. The cape is just aesthetic. Am I going to draw the bow? I'm not sure if I will. I don't think so, but I will draw like the... What's it called again? The quiver? Yeah, the arrow thingy. The arrow case. Yeah, I'm just reading up on the chat right now because I'm really curious. Oh, look up medieval archery gloves. Oh, that's their reference. That's her reference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hey, also, somebody just found the channel. Hello. Yeah, we stream every Saturday and Sunday. Yeah.
Yes, welcome.
Alright, and this is a super special stream, a submission stream. So this is our audience OC. You know, we're just redrawing based on the submissions that we had before. There.
A lot of our students, I would say most of our students really like character design. And they you know, I don't know about in your classes, but even in my traditional classes, I think the ones that we have the most fun are when we talk about the characters.
Yeah. Right?
And we can relate to, yeah, exactly. We can relate to kind of what makes them who they are and why the artist made certain decisions.
And then, alright, it's a little bit blue. Very dark cape. Because, I think for me, I've never really been the type to write. Because I always find it so interesting when people write, like, full-on stories and, like, yeah, they went through this and that. I never really was into that. I just like drawing the characters. Never wrote any stories for them.
But I think those stories help you make some critical decisions about what to do for the characters. I think how to keep them consistent.
Yeah.
I'm always asking about the story with my students because I don't want to make sure, like, I want to make sure that I don't that I do their character justice, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, character design, very fun. Right? Yeah, so what I'm saying, character has a nice color scheme, and I agree. It's nice blues, different hues of blue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, I'm hyper focusing right now because we started a little bit late, and technically we only have like 8 minutes, I would say.
Oh boy. Okay,
Yeah.
I better start
It's
coloring then.
pretty
I better
fast.
start. I'm still experimenting with colors on Krita.
Yeah.
And
Also, yeah. And I'm glad you went with digital because this would be very difficult if you had went through with
if I did
traditional.
traditional. I don't know. In some ways I'm faster with traditional. But you know, it's always good to practice what you don't really do normally, right? It's a big challenge for me to draw it digitally. I'm using a watercolor brush, and it's I'm not sure that it's I'm not sure it's saving me any time.
Yeah. Because it doesn't act like real watercolor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if I had went the traditional route, I would want to be excuse me. I would want to be I think oil painter because I like in digital when you layer the colors. I feel like that is the best thing ever. When you layer your I guess your colors and then you sculpt, you know, paint like a sculptor. I feel like that's the best thing in the world. Yeah. Do you have experience with oil painting, Faye?
Yeah, it was the first medium that I used was oil paints. And there's nothing like oils. It's so creamy, and it's literally like spreading butter on your canvas. It's awesome.
Right?
And yeah, it's a beautiful texture, beautiful consistency. And the one thing that I really like is that you can remove it just like you would add it. So you can, you know, one hand has a paintbrush and then the other hand you can have a rag to actually remove the paints with.
Yeah.
So.
And like some people paint with a knife, I see. Like they actually like slap it on like butter, like you mentioned.
Oh yeah.
Some people
Yeah,
do.
knife painting is great, but usually now I will usually paint with a brush in acrylic first, so I'll cover up my entire painting before I do really anything in oils. I just find it faster.
Heck.
Yeah, it's definitely faster.
Yeah, and somebody's asking, do we have classes on genres such as sci-fi, fantasy? And I think to that, I would say, at least for me, for the classes I teach, for digital art and for cartooning and anime, we do cover those topics, like sci-fi, fantasy, for sure. Those are like the two biggest ones, I'd say. Yeah. We do.
Yeah, I think for Iggy's camp in the wintertime, I don't know what you have planned.
Yeah, no spoilers.
But
I saw it. It's pretty nice.
But generally you would do some fantasy. We always have fantasy as one of our themes. And our classes, because they're pretty small, we will sometimes cater the curriculum, especially in mentorship. We'll cater the curriculum to the students' interests.
Yeah.
And even if we work on a project and there's something in particular you want to draw,
Right. I feel like
we
that.
let you.
Yeah. That's the nicest thing about Wing Canvas, right? Because when I was like first starting to teach here, I thought there'd be like a curriculum, like, oh, like kind of boring, just following, but I like the freedom of like letting students, spread their wings because I think it's mostly in the younger audience, right? Sometimes they would do the assignments for a little bit, but then they would draw something else. So, for some people, they'd be like, oh, like, go back to the assignment, do the same thing everyone's doing. But what I find about those
No.
students, it's really funny. So, for example, we are drawing a character, right? But then they'd be like, I'm finished. And then, they would do something else. So, the fact that they're doing something and they're self-motivated, I prefer to help them out and help them with their own thing. So I'd be like, yo man, like what are you drawing? And then they'd be like, yeah, I'm drawing like a unicorn or I'm drawing this dragon. And then, yeah, I like to adjust based on that. So that's what I like about it. The freedom and like being able to see like students just do their own thing. So cool.
You gotta draw what you love,
Yeah.
what inspires you, because otherwise it's boring. Like,
Mhm.
I can definitely relate to that. I took piano lessons as a kid, and I had an instructor who was very technical.
Mhm.
And like she would give my wrist a quick slap
Yoicks.
whenever I was pressing the keys wrong. And all I wanted to do was play popular music. Like, I just wanted to play popular music, but no, I had to play Bach and music by really, really old composers I couldn't relate to. I mean, I do love classical music, but now because of it, but I didn't get to do what I love. So I ended up not liking piano very much.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's also like a really funny thing to think about, because if you think about like the old, like I guess what's it called? The foundation, I guess, of like any art, like the classical music, classical art, and then how it evolved today. It's always so funny to me, how samey it is to like ancient times, but also how different it is because like, before, if I think about like classical art, right? They like to draw like people still. They like to draw like they like the colors and like make it pretty. But it's still the same nowadays, It's just like a different flavor now. It's just that people like to draw characters. So like I guess a comparable one is when people would draw like or like sculpt Greek gods, but then nowadays it's more just like, oh yeah, the shows I watched, because that's like the equivalent now. But yeah, it's so funny. Art is so cool. And I love it.
Art is definitely it's definitely changed in many ways too. Like, there's so much more freedom now.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the best time. Like, there's so many independent projects nowadays too that like people just put together just because they have the effort, the resources at the time, because people make, pilots of shows that they've always wanted to make and like people make video games and stuff. So yeah, it's a rare thing, but it's one of those times where you're like, yeah, I was born in the right generation. It's the best time to be an artist, I'd say.
It is.
Very cool.
It's the best time to be almost anything.
Yeah, exactly. Very cool. And I think we should wrap up this drawing in like 2 minutes probably.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Because I think this is all I could do. Maybe I could do like brown sash. Excuse me. Let me move to your POV.
Oh, I really wanted to do the scales on her face, but
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have the time to do that.
We could.
Or I didn't prioritize the. I
Mhm.
prioritized more of the pose and less of the of the scales. And even looking at the pose, there's some things I want to change about it. But
Mm. Oh, yeah,
let's
it's still turning
see.
green every now and again. Yeah, it's like zooming in whenever you switch tools.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think I do some as well, so it might be me.
Mm-hmm. And there. And then I'm just mixing up there. And also, another thing I like about painting like this is that there's only one layer. I don't like it when there's multiple layers to worry about. It's kind of annoying sometimes. There. Here.
I kind of pictured some of her
Mm-hmm.
scales kind of peeping out of her shirt.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't also want it to look like chest hair or anything. So
No, it looks fine. It looks scaly, for sure. And there. Yeah, this is our silent trying to finish up time. So let me add my finishing touches. Alright. Add like a nice light in her eye. Bloop, bloop. And there. I think I should call this, for me at least, but
sounds
there.
good. Yeah, we can move
There.
on.
So, yeah. So that's all we could work with for the time we have. So that's yours. Wow. Look at that. Look at Faye's. Yeah, you even have like a fancy pose and everything. Yeah, like couldn't be me. And then this is mine. Here is all I could finish. I'm trying to think if there's any important details. I know the scales are a little bit different. And yeah, I wish I did. Now that I look at it, they're like in the nose bridge and like in the zygomatic bone there. But yeah, thank you again, Gio, and wonderful, wonderful OC.
Great character.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, and somebody's asking, so personas as submissions, because the next submission is pretty related to that. So let me pull up the description. So I think Faye, if you wanna pull it up on your end, you could. So have
Sure.
Lucky. So we have Lucky's art.
Lucky, you got lucky.
Word. Let's go. So yeah,
Okay,
Lucky, or also known as Lucky Doge 7. I never know how to pronounce it. Is it Doge or Doge? But yeah, that's their credentials on or credentials. What the heck? I should say credits. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, that's their username. And they're on DeviantArt and Toyhouse, so find her on there. And this is her OC. His name is Apollo Bowie. They're a transgender male. They go by he, him. His species is called Aeroshira. So like arrow, as in like the chocolate, and then Shira. Shira. It's a thing I made up. It's just a air doggo. That's what they wrote. And lastly,
Error.
yeah.
Doggo.
Yeah.
Nice.
Air doggo. Excuse me. Yeah, Apollo, pretty chill, laid back. I don't have a backstory for him yet. But yeah, have a great rest of your day to whoever is reading this. I am now. So thank you for the sentiment. Yeah.
So Apollo is I
Oh.
I really like this character because he's got just such a great face, and his hair reminds me of those like colonial, those
Yeah.
colonial wigs.
The powdered wigs. Yeah.
Yeah, the powdered wigs.
And I
And
think she's here
yeah.
now. I think Lucky's here now. Talked about it, maybe.
Oh, nice. Yeah, tell us more about your character.
Let me see.
And I actually was the name inspired by David Bowie, because there's
Sorry.
definitely similarities.
Oh. Stream paused. Let me move to my screen. Beep. Yeah. Oh, is Faye here? Just double check.
I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Because I think your stream will have to stream. Let's see. It's paused right now.
Oh, okay, let me try
Yeah.
again.
Let me draw the David Bowie. And yeah, they have like, or he has whitish skin. And I think that's supposed to be a snout, so I'll try to draw him in like a side view. Doot, doot. There. And yeah, we wanted a nice selection for the OCs, so we thought he was pretty cute. You know, we had like a human character, and then now we have a anthropomorphic character. But yeah, we wanted like the whole spectrum, all the genders. So yeah, you're gonna love the third one as well. And then yeah, Transmask hype. Yeah. Oh, I've been wanting
Can you
to
see
make.
my screen?
Oh, I could double check on my end. Fei has minimized their application. Sit tight is what it
Oh,
says.
that's weird.
Yeah, maybe you could stop the stream and then stream again. Probably.
Okay. Let me
There.
share my entire screen instead of my application. That might be better.
Yeah, maybe. That'd be easy peasy solution.
Okay. All right.
Alright. And double checking. It's on my end.
I'm gonna restart my Krita because I think it's giving me problems.
Alright. Yeah, somebody's asking. Yeah, Krita's throwing a tantrum. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not cooperating well.
Mhm.
Let's try again.
And then, oh gosh, I gotta pull up my description again. The description's on my phone. Okay, Air Doggo. Pretty chill and laid back. Okay, I will. Oh, there you go. I see it.
Can we see?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that you have David Bowie ref over there.
Yeah.
Man,
And a pug because, you know, pugs are so cute.
word. Ooh, Iggy, how do I work without a sketch? Good question. Silhouette. It's all about the silhouette. And yeah, I think if you practice anatomy enough, you can just sort of draw, you know? So for example, if I wanted to draw a cube, I could just like do this. So if I want to draw a cube where kind of like you could see it from below, so I'd be like that. Boom. I just think of the silhouette, and then there's the bottom of the cube. So it's kind of like the famous saying, right? Paint like a sculptor. You just paint thinking of the shapes and the silhouette, and then bada bing, bada boom, you draw. Because I know for some people, they like to sketch out the base, right? They like to draw the cubes and the circles. It's not necessarily wrong, but I'm kind of just doing a shorter version of that. Like a more shortcut version. But yeah. Doot, and doot. Yeah, the sketch is in my mind, exactly. Because for silhouettes, you gotta make sure that it's readable, right? Because for example, if I did this, right? If I did a silhouette, and I did it like this, and I'd be like, oh yeah, like, can't you see it? This is a guy sitting down. Like, I don't get why you guys don't see it. Like, what even is the silhouette, right? But then what I think of is I try to make it clear. So this is just a quick example. So if I wanted to draw a guy sitting down, it would probably be like this. Because even though it's just like a blotch, you could obviously tell that this is a guy sitting down. Or, I should say obviously, but like, you could tell. There. Compared to this, right? Big difference. There. Yeah, we have lots of time, so yeah,
Right.
just chill.
I really like this character, the air doggo. Just he's, you know, I think I would put him in this kind of cross-legged pose where he's just kind
Ooh,
of chilling.
yeah. Let me move to your field.
Oh, I'm doing the structure drawing again.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to focus on just his big hair.
Big poofy hair.
Yeah. And I love dogs, so you know, all dog characters are a win.
Indeed. So full of energy.
My dog looks like a pug, even though she's a Shih Tzu. She's got kind of a pug-like face, just kind of like a squashed face that makes her really cute.
Maybe it's a relative.
And I am referencing that pug. I'm not referencing David Bowie at all. I just put the photo up because just put the photo up because I don't know, maybe I would reference his outfit or something.
Yeah.
But it's funny because he's a laid back character, but he's pretty fashionable. Like he's got you know, this kind of vintage suit and bell bottoms with like loud elements on it. And I used to wear bell bottoms, but
pretty cool.
Before they went out of fashion.
I think they're coming back in fashion, actually.
Oh, everything comes back after like 20 years. If you just hang on to your clothes that long, you know?
Yeah. I think that was another thing that I find really interesting, is that before, right, in like, say, the 70s, right, it's very clear, defined, what defined the decade. So I would think of like disco and all that. And then the 90s, I would think of like the loud colors and like those squiggly patterns. But then I think for our generation, because of the internet, the people get so many niches and like everything is like always in fashion. There's always like a small part. So I don't know.
So many subcultures. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know how to describe today's fashion either.
Right?
It's just kind of all over the place. Yeah. 90s, I used to wear like those big what I remember wearing in the 90s were those like big Club Monaco sweaters and like tights. Like big on the top, tight on the bottom, or tight on the top, big on the bottom. That was like 90s. 80s was just big everything. Hair included.
Yeah, okay, in the 80s, I think of, okay, let me switch to my screen for a little bit. Maybe you could see it, but this is what I think of when I see the 80s. So I think of like big shades, and then big lipstick, and then this. This is like the most 80s thing that I will ever draw. Watch this. Boom. And then also, oh, she's getting a phone call. Boom. This is the 80s for me. It's like the the big telephones. This is like when they started having, I guess, portable phones compared to like the wired phones. Had landline and stuff. Excuse me. Yeah.
What did we do without the internet? I don't think the 80s, I think 90s was when we really just started using the internet at school. I didn't have a computer until I was almost 13.
Ooh.
Crazy, eh? And it was like a giant thing that was like thousands of dollars, and now it's so like you know, now you can get a Chromebook, a refurbished one, for less than $200. It's really, really insane how fast things,
exponential
technology
growth.
progresses.
So true, though. Yeah, sometimes I can't keep up. There's so much like new stuff all the time.
It's so hard. Yeah, it's so hard to keep up. Okay.
Let me flip this section.
Are you on my screen?
On my screen. But
your screen. Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm just finishing up my rough sketch.
I'm trying to think of
big shoulder pads. Yeah. Kevin,
Excuse me.
definitely. I don't. You seem to remember the 90s very well.
Mhm. I wouldn't know anything about the 90s. I wasn't born yet.
Oh. Yeah, I'm old.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's always funny to me how like if you talk about the 1920s, I was like, oh yeah, that wasn't long ago. But then you say like, oh, 2010 was 13 years ago. I'm like, oh, what the heck?
Yeah.
What the heck? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so
I
funny.
really like all the effort you put into the fashion, Lucky. I think those little details are really cool.
Right?
And so I'm just trying to do that justice here by redrawing
Let me move to your perspective.
the
No.
you know, when I think of somebody laid back, I think of like someone either meditating or sitting in a circle and just kind of lounging. So I kind of drew your character in a cross-legged pose, so that he's a little bit more laid back looking in this suit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm gonna give him bigger hair.
Let me change the thingy actually. And also, quick maths. I'm trying to think of 40 minutes from 45. So, 20... 25 is the next one? Yeah, 325.
425, right?
Oh, right,
Yeah.
because different time zones.
Oh no, sorry.
Yeah.
Iggy and I are in different time zones.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
It's different for you. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to try this this I don't usually like when I paint with digital,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really a cartoonist, so I don't do the line art and then fill it and then adjust the color, which is a really cool technique.
Yeah.
But I usually just like do drawing and then add a layer on top or below it for color, just some quick color.
Mm-hmm. Let me check the stream again. Okay, it's fine now. And there we go. Oh, what happened to the stream? Oopsies. Okay, let me check on. There we go. Perfect. Because your POV disappeared for a little bit, but everything is fine now.
Discord.
No Discord.
Okay. I like the cloud elements kind of throughout
Right?
the design.
Air doggo.
Well. Mm-hmm.
Let me change the head angle.
So Lucky, do you have other drawings of this OC, or is it just this one?
Yeah, I'm not sure if she's here actually. I think that was somebody else talking about their OC when I mentioned earlier. Like, I think she's here.
Oh, okay.
But it's okay. One way or another, she'll see that we drew her OC. Oh, okay, I see now. Those are his ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
they are his ears. I haven't really cleaned that up yet, but I should.
So let me just separate them. There. And there. So, back in the day, Faye, did people make OCs too?
Interview with the Oldstert is today's.
I didn't mean it like that, but.
Did people do OCs? Not really. I mean, they did, but we didn't call them OCs. And I mean, I used to draw a lot of characters in just my sketchbooks and stuff. But yeah, I never called them OCs, and I never really we never really showed them to people because, you know, lack of internet. So it wasn't really the same kind of culture.
Mhm.
But it's great, you know, now that people like there's just so many wonderful communities like Wing Canvas, you know, where you
Word.
can go and you can share your OCs and even if you're not really sure and it's just in the initial development stages, and you know, there's always someone like you that you can find easily when
Word.
you're online. Whereas back in the day,
Yeah.
you know,
Back in the
there
day.
really wasn't any of that.
Yeah.
That community at your fingertips type of thing.
Word. But what was the big thing that was drawn back in the day? At least for you. It doesn't have to be like a big, like, oh, the community as a
Yeah, I
whole.
can't really speak for everybody, but I drew a lot of celebrity portraits.
Mm.
Like I remember one of my first drawings was fan art of Titanic.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I drew like Leo, you know, when he was like 17 years old. When he made Titanic, he was really, really young. He's
Dang.
changed a lot now, but he was kind of, you know, the heartthrob.
Word, back in the day.
I drew a lot of eyes, but they were mostly realistic eyes. Less sort of stylized and more realistic, I would say.
Mm.
And there was no digital art. Like, when did digital art really take off? Like, I remember I used to use Photoshop 3. That was the first Photoshop version I used. There was no Krita, there was no Medibang, there was like no Clip Studio Paint. It was just Photoshop. Sorry, go ahead.
I think it was like I'm gonna say early 2000s, late 90s, I think. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, I remember having to take digital art classes in university. Now you can learn it online for free. But before, I had to pay $200 a class to learn Photoshop.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. And things have changed.
If only they had Wing Canvas, the YouTube channel.
I know, you can learn for free. It's the
What?
best. It's great. Like,
Yeah.
anyone can learn, and not just us. There's like lots of terrific channels online where you can, you know, learn from all different types of artists, learn different processes, and different approaches.
Word. Actually, I'll switch to my POV now, just to show the peeps what I'm doing. I just realized, yeah, this is like kind of the same pose I did for the sweater pose, just like the chill, like, hand wave, but that's okay, I guess.
I still draw on the wrong layer all the time.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, oh no.
It's never gonna go away, honestly. No matter.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It never stops. There. Actually. Yeah, this is also a nice thing about painting is that it's double. You know, I can figure out the pose and I could figure out the silhouette at the same time. Okay.
Yeah, I really like the silhouette method. I do use it sometimes when I'm drawing, like when I'm doing figure drawing really quickly and I need to do some studies. Silhouettes are great. Silhouettes are great for character design.
And
just to kind of, yeah.
Figure out what they're wearing. Like he's wearing, I think, a jacket. Maybe I'll do my own interpretation.
like a vintage. I'm not even changing the fashion that much because I like it. I'm really just kind of changing the pose and changing the face a little bit to kind of be more dog-like, because I think right now maybe it's the personality, but
Mhm.
personality looks a little sheepish. And I don't know if the David Bowie reference is actually, if you actually meant to reference David Bowie, but he is not a shy personality,
Oh yeah.
So so I wanted to make him a lot more sort of confident
Yeah.
looking and fluffy, floofy,
Fluffy indeed. If nothing else, fluffy.
fluffy.
Mm. There. I forgot what I was gonna say. I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
That's all good. That's more a me thing. Keep losing it. Oop. And there. Yeah, I wanted to see what chat is saying. Yeah, there you go. Paint 3D. Yeah, like built in with Microsoft. Yeah, Paint is always a good way to start with digital. And let's see, I'm trying to figure out what kind of hand pose to do. Hand on hip? Or this looks kind of cool. But then dip dip. So yeah, this is the behind the scenes. This is how like I draw quick poses. Oh my gosh, I can't even mute. I can't react to mute. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you have the cough that never ends.
Yeah.
Those are the worst.
Yeah. But again, I feel it wearing off. I hope it goes away.
When Wing Canvas was a physical studio, there were I would get sick every camp. Every single camp, I would be really, really sick afterwards. I definitely built up an immunity, but I've also remember the times where we've been sneezed on right in the face, or when our mouth is open and stuff. And after COVID, it's that kind of it's just another world. It's very unimaginable now.
Yeah. Yeah, masks are so common now. People, because before that was only like, oh, like only some countries find that normal, like Japan. But now it's pretty normal. People get it now.
Yeah, I remember going to China in 2019, actually, right
Mhm.
before the pandemic. And I think I went to get like a massage or something, and the girl was wearing a mask at the time, and I was like, oh, I kind of asked her, I said, are you sick? And she's like, no, I'm just being polite. It's like, wow, I never thought about it. Like, you're wearing the mask for me, not for you. I was like, I don't smell. But that's just me being ignorant and not really understanding that they went through SARS, right? And so they definitely have to take different measures.
Yeah, especially like when there's a lot of people, you get to see a lot of people throughout your day. So yeah, I guess it is pretty standard to avoid just being sick. There. And I might switch to your POV. There.
Okay.
And there. Yeah. Kofer is asking, what is the very first thing you drew? Do you remember?
Asking me?
Yeah. Asking us, asking chat.
What's the first thing I drew? The first thing I drew was probably the head and then the pose.
Oh, no. Like, first, like, everything. Like...
Oh, first ever. Oh,
yeah.
gosh.
Now,
I'd
what
have
do you
to
draw
ask my
first?
mother. I'd have to ask my mother. I would say... Like, at what age? Because I started drawing probably when I was 4, maybe 3.
Probably just, like, as far as you can remember.
Probably a frog.
A frog. Ooh.
Yeah. One of those, really pretty rainforest frogs. The green tropical ones.
Oh, like red-eyed tree frogs.
Yeah. That I remember. And I remember being very proud of it because it looked pretty realistic. I think when I was a kid, realism meant that it was good, like if it could be realistic.
Yeah.
And I remember I had a teacher who assigned, I think it was like a book project, and the bonus points, you could get bonus points if you did an illustration.
Mm-hmm.
So I did an illustration, and then she deducted points because she thought I traced it.
Oh.
I was so upset.
What?
So upset. Yeah, because I worked so hard on it. I was so proud of it, and she was like, "No, there's no way you drew this. You traced it."
Oh my. Oh my god, bro. But I had the same situation in 10th grade, actually. They're like, Iggy, we have to talk about plagiarism. Like, I said no pulling photos out of Google. Where did you get this photo? I'm like, I drew that. I drew that orca. And they're like, no way. But they were nicer, at least for me. But
I would say call it a compliment, you know?
yeah.
Nowadays, like, if somebody said that, I would say, oh, well, take it as a compliment.
Yeah. But eventually they're like, oh, okay, nice. Pretty funny. Just suffering from success.
Well, now with AI stuff, it's even harder to tell. It'll be even, you know,
AI.
more difficult. That's a whole other conversation.
Bored. Yeah, I think the only thing that makes, like, say what you will about it, you know, it does make work faster and blah blah blah. But it makes me sad when some people are like, oh yeah, it's all about the results. It's all about the what comes out after. And I'm like, that's kind of kills the fun of it, you know, when you think of it like that. And or some people are like, oh yeah, I use this to make money. I make a lot of money making AI art. Like, I don't know, kind of kills like the vibe if you're doing it just for the money, and like kind of kills your own motivation, you know? Like, it's fun, you know? I think people should try it. So I think, have you seen PewDiePie's newest video? If you keep track of him? Because like he drew for 30 days just because he felt like it, and he wanted to like learn a new skill. And I thought that was really nice because he like inspired people to like, oh yeah, like maybe I'll do it too. Because he only drew like 10 minutes a day, and yeah, that's all it really takes, you know? It's not really like, doesn't have to be a commitment. Just draw.
Awesome.
Very nice. Heavily referenced. So let's see. What am I gonna save? Oh. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm reading chat right now. Yeah, lots of AI talk. Yeah.
It's going to be very interesting to see where it goes, because there's definitely going to be regulations in place, and you know, I think we're just at the beginning. So
Because I definitely do think it does help, you know, in some areas for sure. Like, makes it more streamlined and stuff. But yeah. And I'm gonna switch to my POV for a little bit. There we go. Here's what I came up with. We got the Ikemen pose, handsome guy pose. There.
Ooh, nice.
And there. Yeah, this is what I look for. I love it when I paint, right? I put the base color down, and then I sculpt it. I do. I put this line, and then I blend it. Oh my gosh, I live for it. I love doing this. I will do this a million times.
Is that always your technique?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I just love the effect. I just do it differently each time, you know, depending on like how contrasty it is, or like what the shape is and stuff. So this one's, I imagine, is smooth because, you know, it's clothing. Not gonna be rigid, so I blend a lot. I blend a lot in this part because it makes it seem softer and rounder. There. And there. Yeah, sculptor. Indeed, I'm more of a sculptor, for sure, in this moment.
I mean, I
Yeah.
always say that as well to my students, is to draw like a sculptor.
Yeah. And look at this, it's so nice. Tao says, it's awesome to be part of your community, even as a random user. That's so nice. That's what we aim for, you know? Just like a nice drawing community. You know, art nerds supporting art nerds. Very epic. So glad you feel that way. There. There. What time is it actually? Ooh.
I think we have to move on,
Yeah,
almost.
in like 5 minutes. Yeah. Excuse me. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Well, you know, I usually am a heavy renderer as well, but I'm very rusty today, especially working in a new program. So, you know, it's very flat today for me.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Okay, I need to put the bow tie. It's like a faded... okay, maybe darker. There. There. And...
So cute.
Right? Yeah, thank Lucky for creating Apollo Bowie. Handsome guy. Look at him.
I like the eyelashes that you gave him. Actually, they're in
Right?
the original. I didn't even see that. That's a nice
Yeah,
touch. I gotta
thank
put
you.
those in.
Yeah, I want to show you actually. There's like a trend that I see. It's pretty cool for like an art style I see is that they draw the eyelashes really exaggerated and then they draw the eye whites for somehow like extending like that. I see some people do that and it's so stylish. Look at that. There. And then, yeah, kind of unbuttoned to this point. And then, yeah, and also, yeah, I say it a bajillion times, but I like to work from lightest to darkest because it's easier to add contrast than to get rid of it. Because getting rid of contrast is a pain. Like making things less, it's just so hard. So this one, you know, you could just like slap on a multiply layer or something, and it would be nice, be fine. So now that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. Maybe in 3 minutes we're gonna probably move on to the next one. Does that sound good, Faye?
Yeah, sounds good.
Word. There. And there. So I like to add the darker parts, the crevices. And maybe I'll change the shape actually. Like there. Change the shape of the cloud. There you go. Yeah, because for Lucky, she has this nice, she drew these nice curves for it, so I'm just gonna simplify mine a little bit. I think if I had more time, I would add all those wonderful, wonderful curls that she added. Yeah. There. And then... there. I'm gonna be hyper focused mode for a little bit here. But what about you, Faye? I'm gonna switch to your POV for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So people can see.
I stuck with some pretty desaturated lighter colors. And now my line work is very light, so I'm just kind of going in and changing that so that some of my lines are darker.
And the tips. There. Yeah, I wish I had more time to like put a multiply layer and stuff and like add more contrast.
Render it out, yeah.
But We gotta do what we gotta do. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't even like put details on the hands for mine.
I felt like I kept the hands paused. I couldn't
Mhm.
really tell the the user's intent here, but I kept them paw-like. And it kind of
Ah.
made them look more like a dog.
Excuse me. Yeah. And I think after I add the shadow, I think I'm gonna wrap this drawing up. There you go. Just add like a little shadow on the neck. Yeah, this is what I got. There you go. Yeah.
Cute. She's very
Like
got a lot of personality.
yeah. Want him to have the air of chill, you know.
Very
Air doggo.
sassy.
Yeah. And then switching to your POV. Look at that. He's sitting cozy. Sitting cozy, crisscross applesauce.
Super laid back guy here.
Yeah. Yeah, I find it funny that your definition of a chill dog is the pug. I think for me, a chill dog is the Saint Bernard, like the big doggos. They just kind of always hang out. They just sit there. From what I've
So
seen.
do pugs. So do pugs. They're pretty lazy. They're like super.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them might be more energetic, but as far as I know, even their faces look very sleepy, you know?
Yeah, droopy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, thank you again, Lucky. Like, amazing OC. I love him. I love Apollo Bowie, and thank you for submitting. So
yeah, thank you, Lucky. It was a lot of fun.
yeah, and I'm reading this really long thing. I'm reading this really long comment. Adrian, for example, Flesh Fang. Ah, okay. But yeah, so yeah, I think we're gonna move on to the final one, the final OC selection. So let me pull up the description before I pull them up. So let me switch to here, and there. So yeah, last but not least is Soundwave. Wow, look at that. So Soundwave, they wanted to be credited as Doorway Sniffer, but they didn't specifically say what social media. But yeah, funny name, Doorway Sniffer. And he didn't name this character, but he says Soundwave says that he's capable of emitting nuclear pulses from his mouth, but is extremely vulnerable to any ice-related attacks. So yeah, they got like his weakness going, and like yeah, his whole lore. And I wanted to select this one actually because Soundwave has been consistently submitting for these, and he always makes like really cool kaiju, and like for one of them I remember it was really close to being picked. It had like a background, there was like a giant ice character, and it was crazy. It was really cool. So now it's his time to shine. Soundwave, thank you for always submitting. Yeah, Doorway
Yeah,
Sniffer.
thank you for being so consistent with submitting it.
Yeah.
Submitting your stuff because you'll eventually get chosen, you know?
Word, for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna switch to your POV for a little bit so that people can see
My
how
POV.
you start.
I haven't even started yet.
Yo, I haven't started either, don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think okay, so when I saw this, I immediately thought the lore sounds like Godzilla.
Yeah. Kaiju.
Right? The nuclear emissions on the back.
Word.
So I'm just gonna do a rough sketch. This one's gonna be really rough.
Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed, but if you take a look at his forehead and the tip of his snout, I guess, quote unquote, the alligator snout, you see how there's like 2 yellow horns? It looks kind of cool. It's like kind of like a pincer, I imagine, if you look at it from the side. That's what I imagine it being.
Okay. I pulled up some references of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And you know what I really like about this monster is that he's like, he's kind of hunched over, you know, he's not like one of those, like a dragon that's, you know, got his chest out. He's hunched over, kind of like he makes you feel small, you know? He's making you feel like really, really small. And I think that pose is very menacing. So it's a great pose. I just want to show you what I'm referencing because I think it's important to use reference. Obviously not copy it, but to get some sense of anatomy. So I noticed that you can see the rib cage on the bottom of this on this character. But if I pull up a rib cage for like, you know, a T-Rex, the ribs are actually on the side. And so it's going to be a fun challenge to draw, because I feel like you're referencing human ribs. And so that was one thing I noticed. And then these are the feet of a cassowary. They're like a big bird.
The stream is acting
Looks
up.
weird, eh? But
I'll switch to my TV for a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Every time you like select something, you're streaming your screen, right?
I am, but let me try
Weird,
again.
But yeah, it's nice that you mentioned that actually, the reference. Because I think for me, I think I want to keep it like the sternum, because yeah, that is pretty human. And I kind of like it. It kind of implies something that like, why do they have human-like features, you know? Kind of tells. So yeah, it just goes to show there's so many ways you could interpret reference and all that. Deep, deep, deep. And I decided to start with the head. I don't know if I'll draw like the whole body, but I definitely want to draw like, you know, the big malformed arm. I definitely want to draw that.
So now, is that arm supposed to be foreshortened?
I think it's just large because like if you compare it to the other hand, it's kind of like a mutant hand.
So it's just bigger.
Yeah, it's just bigger.
Like a crab kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a crab. That's a good comparison actually.
Yeah, okay. Like a crab. Okay. I will keep that in mind. I don't know if the artist can confirm that, if that's actually true, or if it's supposed to be foreshortened.
Yeah. And somebody asked, so Nate asks, opinion on cats. What do you think of cats?
I had a cat. I gotta say, I don't like cats as much as dogs. But I had a really great cat. My cat was one of a kind. She was very, like, cats, I think, are really easy to take care of, and they're super cuddly. But they're not dogs.
Yeah. They vibe. They just sit there. They bite you. They love bite.
It really depends on the cat, I think. I think it depends. Because I've met some wonderful cats and then some not so great cats.
Yeah.
There was actually a cat on my street that attacked my dog.
What?
Both of my dogs. So I was walking my dogs down the street, you know, and we passed by our neighbor's driveway, and they had their two kids were playing on the driveway and with their cat, and this cat just is very territorial and maybe protective of the children, but it came and started hissing and all out like attacked my big dog. My big dog was like on the floor.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
I know. I've never seen her like that. So I can't say for sure, you know.
Oh, man. What a mean cat. What the heck?
Yeah.
Dang.
But overall, I love all animals. So
yeah.
Cats are pretty high up there on the list.
Except the one that was mean to your dog. Like, what the heck, man?
Yeah, that that one.
Yeah. On the bottom
That
of the
one's
list.
got anger issues.
Dude. And there. Yeah, actually, if you don't mind, Faye, I gotta AFK for a little bit, just really quick. So I'll let you take the stage for just a few minutes. So
Sure, if
yeah,
everyone can see my screen.
there you go. This will be a Faye stream for a little bit. We're back.
All right. All right. So I typically will draw the pose first, but here I am, getting lost in the details of the face. Is my dog okay? Oh, thanks for asking. Yeah, she was pretty terrified, but I think overall she learned her lesson. Like, don't step on that house's driveway, Since dogs like to pee on people's driveways, and that cat was like, nope, not on mine. So when I looked at the hands, I interpreted the hand like the one on the right. There,
Hello.
he's back.
Yeah, I'm
Are
back.
you
Oh, what happened to the stream? It said your stream died. Hello.
Oh no!
Yeah. But were you speaking actually? People could hear you.
I was. Okay, so let me
Ruh-roh.
restart.
Hello. I'm back.
Sorry, guys.
Of all the times that happened, it was when I was away, but it's okay. We're back. We're back. Okay. And let's see. Oh, for a few seconds before. Okay, that's good. Only for a few seconds. But let me see if the stream is back. Okay, I'm switching back to... Hey. Oh, okay. Hey,
Is it back?
it should be back. Let's see. OBS is acting up. Let me... There we go. Yeah, you just had to... you just had to tease it 3 times. Like, come back and forth. It's like, oh, you're back.
Yikes.
Ah.
Okay.
Naughty. Or teasing
I
me.
was just actually saying that I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't interpret the like one hand being larger as like a character trait. I thought it was more just being foreshortened.
Cool.
So I'm gonna draw it as such, but feel free to do the opposite.
For sure. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of having multiple artists, yeah? Just multiple interpretations. There. Yeah, and I was saying with Faye, it's pretty funny. We have like a whole spectrum here. We have girl, we have male, and we got dinosaur. We got all the genders.
Dinosaur.
The kaiju, big beast.
It's a beast. Yeah.
Who can relate?
Beast.
Like if you agree.
Drawings of beasts are fun.
Right?
It's something that I never do either, right? Because we were looking, there was this other submission that we almost chose, and it was a human character. We're like, you know what? Let's do a creature.
Yeah.
Let's draw something different. Let's do a
Word.
scary creature.
Yeah. Oh, let me switch to my screen for a little bit. There we go. It's a little bit potato. Potato. Quality. Okay, I'll put my reference here on the side. There.
Oh, and we also like this one because it was traditional.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Yeah. So I know we do a lot of digital on the channel, but a lot of our students actually are work traditionally.
Yeah.
Especially in our, and I definitely. So Iggy, when you started drawing, did you go straight to digital or did you do mostly traditional?
No, I was traditional like everybody else.
Yeah.
the most
I don't know if
accessible.
it's like everybody else anymore. Like I think
True. Yeah, iPad era. You're right. You're so right.
changed. I think that's really changed.
Oh my gosh.
Let us know in the chat, guys,
Yeah.
if you started digitally instead of traditionally. As a traditional artist, I definitely think that, like, I think every traditional artist should learn digital, and I also think digital artists should learn traditional because,
Yeah.
you know, because there are going to be some times where you have no power and you may just have crayons and whatever else you have to draw with. I say crayons because I thought about candles, and you can actually draw with some candles.
Yeah.
And you also won't really know how to mix color unless you do it traditionally. So
Yeah. Oh gosh.
as a traditional artist though, like digital helps so much. Like there's so many times where I'm not sure what to do, and I put it, I take a photo and play with it digitally before I make any decisions, because it's a lot of work to change something traditionally,
And
Like
speaking
if I
of,
wanted to blur stuff, sorry,
no,
if I
no,
wanted
you
to
go
blur
first.
stuff, like it's like one button with digital, right? But traditionally, that might take me a whole day. So
Yeah.
it's a great way to, work on your process.
Yeah. Grab your paper towel and just like go at it. Go at it for like a few hours. That's what I imagine. But yeah,
Yeah,
Faye.
Mew says to
Ay.
be. Oh, sorry.
No,
Just
no, no.
calling. Someone in the chat said, Mew said to truly be an artist, you must master both. And
Yeah.
I,
I
I,
agree.
I definitely think like maybe not master, but like, and I think we'll always be stronger with one than the other, and that's okay. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a master at digital art, but I could say that I can paint really well, digitally, with oils or with acrylics. But you should definitely try both because there's limitations.
Word.
Both.
Yeah, Faye. I was gonna say, this is gonna be crazy. Okay, so I'm on my stream. So I don't know if you see my stream, right? But when somebody does this, Faye, there. What do you think of when you see this hand gesture?
I actually don't. I see something different on
Oh.
stream. Are you streaming in the Discord?
Oh no, I see it on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Let me just try.
Oh, it's Soundwave. Yo, Soundwave is here.
Hey, welcome to the chat.
Yeah, welcome. Okay, I'll just finish my dumb story, but I saw a kid, right? You know the camera taking gesture, right? It's when you hold your hands up like a viewfinder and then you click, right?
Yep.
So I saw a kid in a kindergarten. He held his hand like flat, and then he like pressed on the middle of his palm and then click. I was like, oh, that's like a phone camera now. So that's the phone gesture now, the photo gesture. It's not the
Wow.
classic, viewfinder click anymore. But yeah, that's my story. And anyway, Soundwave, welcome. Yeah, thank you for submitting. There you go. There's your character. You didn't name him, so yeah.
Yeah, can we name your character? Let's go. It's named Red Creature in my layers here.
Yeah. There. And let me switch to your POV. Word. And for those who didn't make it, don't worry because this isn't the last, We will always keep doing this, so just stay tuned for the next one. Oh, I drew. There you go. There you go, Faye. I drew on the wrong layer.
Oh. Okay, I'm not the only one then.
Oh yeah.
I think that's when I will truly master digital art. Stop drawing on the wrong layer.
Yeah. I mean, even the best of the best, right? The best of the best in the industry, they still do it. They have like 400 layers. They're bound to make a mistake.
Gosh, 400 layers. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. That's insane. I
I
mean,
know, right?
one time when I was doing illustrations for packaging, I got
Mhm.
this layered file. It was for Photoshop, and it was like an illustration of a juice box.
Mhm.
And it had over 100 layers. I don't even, like, I don't know why, but it was ridiculous.
Crazy.
And even, and like, you know, the artist had everything named well. They like, you know, named every single layer, and there were folders within folders within folders, and my eyes were all squirrely. It's like, just because you are able to use 400 layers doesn't mean that you should use 400 layers.
I know.
Because then the file size is also just crazy.
I imagine
Okay.
the navigation nightmare.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna try something different with this one, and I think I'm just gonna color it all in
Yeah. Just paint it. That's what I'm
before
doing.
painting. Yeah, before painting.
There. Excuse me. And I think I'm gonna draw like little like buildings to really make it look like a kaiju. Massive monster. Yeah. Also, that's one of my favorite things about painting is when you imply stuff and then like your brain does the work. I'm like, whoa. So it's always so nice when people draw or paint cityscapes and it's just the windows, just like a silhouette and like a little bit of shadow, like low contrast. I love that stuff. It's so good. There.
Because my lines are so sketchy, I can't actually use the paintbrush. Sorry, the fill tool. It just won't work. So I have to outline it first. There was something I had in mind for this character. I wanted to add the nuclear stuff.
Oh.
I'm just not sure how far I will get.
Yeah. 500 layers. Yeah, they're still talking about it. Because,
No, thank you.
right? Because for them, right? For the artists I'm talking about, they work for a game studio. And splash arts have to be the best of the best. They're like, you know, you have the perks of digital. So like they're taking full advantage of it. And it has like a bajillion revisions and like it has to go through like an art director and they're like, oh, like maybe make the shadow a little bit more pink, and then you would like go at it, or like, oh, maybe this time like try this, or like try this composition. So what I found out about that type of stuff, it's all about being flexible and like being so confident in your method that like you could do it over and over again. It's not about being the best of the best artist. It's about doing it over and over again. So like that stuff is crazy. Maybe someday. Someday I will get that to that level.
I know there's a Iggy. Do you know how to not get those when you use the paint bucket tool? How to not get those ugly outlines that I just had to paint over?
The little pixels.
Oh. I don't know how to do it in Krita.
That's the neat part.
I know how to do it.
I do them manually. I don't think I ever found
do
a way
you do
for
it manually too?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know there's a way to do it. I just can't remember. Like, you know, these little lines. Oof. I think you have to adjust the, what is it called? The sensitivity. But every digital program, it's called something different.
Yeah, I know. I have a standard. Oh, I just noticed he has spikes on his back, so let me add 2. But yeah, you can't always like agree on calling something the same thing. Like sometimes it's called pen correction, sometimes it's called pen stabilization, alpha lock, sometimes it's called lock transparency. Always different. Yeah. Yeah. And let me draw his horn, actually. The golden horn. Oh, Kraid? Yeah, from Metroid. Yeah, they're say that your character looks like a character from Metroid, like a game.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
have no idea what that character
Yeah,
is.
he's like a big green dragon. With the
Oh,
same
okay.
proportions, yeah. I could see it.
I feel like dragons are pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make the scales on his back a little bit more organic, so it looks more like fire. I think it's easier to do it on the colored layer.
And yeah, I'm gonna switch to my POV for a little bit. There. Dinosaur. Oh my gosh. What is chat saying? Ooh, fire alpaca. Yeah. Hi, Evie. So, hello. And then, yeah, there's Soundwave again. It's a wonderful idea. But yeah, I was thinking that, like, starting to add more detail, because I think I got the silhouette down. I think I'll merge it together. There. Let me shut down the reference a little bit. Because I imagine he's like hunched over, big neck, big beefy neck. And let me make him more alligator-like. He kind of looks like he has a pig snout right now, which I do not like. There. Boop, boop. And highlight the teeth a little. Oh, and here's another thing about painting, actually. So try not to introduce too many colors at once. So, like, that's what I learned. It's better to color pick and just use the colors that gets made with blending and all that. Because making new colors is kind of hard. Like, introducing them, at least.
And your values are always more important than your colors.
Yeah, value your values. I think I should move the head. I think that's what I should do. There.
Oh, I like the eyes on your character, Iggy.
Well, thank you. I like the post for yours. It's more like, oh, I drew on the wrong layer. Wow. What a surprise. There. I even made a new layer for it. Yeah. There we go. Extend it a little bit. And, excuse me. There.
So I think somebody asked why, I think it was you, Soundwave, 500 layers, why so much? Okay, let me explain why so much and why you shouldn't use 500 layers, because A, it slows your file down, and it if you're collaborating, it slows down whoever you're collaborating with. The file had 500 layers because it was a juice box illustration with probably, I'm gonna say, like 7 fruits maybe. Because of fruit punch. So every fruit had a folder, and then with that folder there were, you know, subfolders, and it just kind of went on and on. You know, there was a layer for each part, a layer for the shadow, a layer for the highlights, and it's supposed to make the file more modular, like, you know, you can scale each individually, but it actually made it more complicated. And it took way more time, because I had to go in and figure out which layer I had to alter, and I had to go through so many layers. So I would not recommend doing that.
Yeah, the convenience is not worth the effort. Sometimes.
Yeah, totally. That is
Here.
totally true.
I was about to say the ribcage kind of looked like a necktie for a little bit there. Because I guess that's what they call the sternum, right? Like the necktie of the ribcage.
Yeah. Ooh, I found a really cool brush that I like. What is this
Ooh.
brush? What is this brush? I like it.
Let's see. Hold up. Let me merge it together. What the
See,
heck? It's on Laurel layer.
when Iggy merges stuff, I'm like, thanks, Iggy.
Yeah.
That's always kinder for the next person and for yourself if you are the next person working on your file.
Yeah. And like I still keep the original. Still. Excuse me. The original non-merged. Usually.
What would you say your average like your average layer use is per illustration?
I would say like maybe 50 if I'm like, you know, if I'm frivolous with it, you know, I like add as many layers as I could. But usually it stacks up that high because I keep the original before it was merged. So usually like that. I don't think I usually break 100 even. I'm not sure. I never really counted. Even though I don't name my layers. So yeah. I think it just depends on the complexity too. So like if it's a background drawing, I'll probably have way more. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Roughly 9 minutes left. It's okay. We could go a little bit over time to fix this one up. Yeah, time flies.
It really does. I'm trying to like figure out how do I learn more about this brush? Let's see what it's called.
Oh, yeah, let's switch. Yes. Ooh, look at that. It's got the atomic breath. It's got like the teal. That's really good.
This is the brush. I've got it on kind of like a black color now, but
Yeah.
I really like the texture of it.
I think that's a dry brush, actually. So,
Yeah, it's dry bristles eroded.
yeah.
Very nice. I like the texture. I only use default brushes, by the way. I never download any brushes.
I know, me neither, because it's not really needed, honestly.
Oh, I think I went too much there. I want to keep the glow on the mouth and not on the rib cage. So I'm gonna go a little bit darker. I gotta stop using this brush. I'm like, I like it, but then when I do too much texture, then it doesn't end up looking great either. So let's go in and use a darker red. I want to do the rib cage justice.
Yeah. Actual dinosaur rib. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to see what chat is saying. Never thought I'd see my OC get some blue. Ooh, there you go. That's what Soundwave says. You know, maybe we'll see close. I'll do mine too. I got inspired.
So you know what? I was gonna go green because when I think green, I think nuclear.
True.
But the green just made the monster look too Christmassy.
Christmas.
So
yeah.
I was like, yeah, because
holiday.
you know the monster's a bright red, and if I went with a bright green, then it's just too much.
That's so funny.
So that's why I kind of chose this teal color here. And now I'm gonna paint those ribs.
There.
And like, you know, if you work traditionally, you're working on one layer.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, he does not want anything for Christmas. Oh yeah. Good to know. Maybe he's not a materialistic guy. Maybe he's the type who enjoys like being taken out to dinner sort of thing instead of gifts.
Experiences are way better.
Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes it's just so
Definitely.
hard to think of a gift.
Well, personally, I'm you
Mhm.
know, I'm with him. Like I don't actually want anything for Christmas.
Mhm.
I think experiences are a lot more valuable than material things.
Oh yeah. For sure. Trying to figure out the goopy parts. What time is it? Oh no, it's already thing. It's on the
Oh, we are
clock.
at time.
Yeah, we're at
Yeah.
time, but I'll give it like five more minutes maybe, and then we should wrap up regardless.
Yeah. Okay. So if you guys don't know already, we have Iggy's teaching a camp
Yeah.
this holiday, and you can join him and do this all day with
Yeah.
your own characters.
Word. And camp is a lot more chill compared to classes. Just draw. And I teach you guys. I still teach you guys for sure, like to draw, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm really excited for that.
So the first 3 days are character design, or no, sorry, the first 3 days are digital art techniques. So the camp runs December 27th. That's when it starts. It's a weird holiday season, so it's kind of starts on a Wednesday kind of deal. But the idea is you brush up on your digital art first, and then you learn cartooning and anime techniques.
Expertly crafted curriculum. Wow.
The cartooning and anime is really, you know, most people will draw their OCs and
or characters they
learn
like.
how to make it better.
Yeah. Word up. Yeah, you could tell both of us are like kind of focusing right now to try to finish our stuff.
I also really like the veins that you put all over this character. Like I think
Right?
the texture is really cool.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing right now.
And
Trying to.
I haven't done that justice yet.
Yeah, I said. Okay, there's like a big thing. Yeah, I didn't do it justice either. Like the texture. I'll try my best to add it. Because we got 2 minutes probably. There. And
But yeah, if you guys want to learn more about our programs, check out our Discord. Join our Discord anyway, so you can share your OCs and get the feedback of our wonderful community.
Indeed. And I'm on there sometimes. Well, I am on there on the Discord, but I see your work. I get to see it.
And you'll get to chat with Kevin.
Word. And Evie. I don't know how to pronounce it actually. Is it Evie or
Evie
Evie?
here?
I did see her earlier. She's here the
Okay.
whole time.
I call her Evie.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Evie.
Evie, yeah. Okay. There we go. And we got 1 minute, I think, and then we should wrap up. Because like I do want to line them up to like all the characters we drew. The whole spectrum, you know? Yeah.
It's funny because pre-stream I was like, okay, the first character is going to be the easiest to draw, and then this the Drake character, or this last character is going to be the hardest to draw. But it turned out to be the opposite. Like I guess because I'm more warmed up.
Exactly.
the first one, I guess, I thought it would be easier, but it was actually more complicated with the fashion. And if you're drawing somebody not human, it doesn't really matter as much if you mess up on some parts.
Yeah, and you did like a fancy pose.
I wanted to keep the pose because I feel like the pose was very
Part of the character?
what did I call it before? It was like very threatening, right? Threatening, because he's kind of leaning down towards you. Very menacing kind of.
Yeah, I think we should wrap up actually, because like you have yours fully colored and everything. But let me switch to mine for a little bit. Nope. Yeah, this is mine. Wow. He's got asymmetrical hand. I couldn't get like the muscles because like usually I have reference for the arm muscles. So this is probably not accurate. But yeah. And yeah.
I love it. I love how bright he is and how you got the horn.
This one.
I totally did not put any of those horns in. Yeah, I like the side profile that you drew.
Yeah, because that's what I kind of saw, right? If you look at the horn, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, but then it doesn't get featured as much because it's front view. So I was like,
true.
Oh,
true.
actually, before I wrap up, I gotta add the buildings. Easy buildings. There we go. Those are buildings, guys. Trust me. And then even like an airplane. There you go. Just so you guys know for scale. And yeah, so I guess I'm gonna take this time to thank everybody, for always being such a nice community and like always being so active in our Discord and in our chat. We couldn't ask for like a nicer community. So what do you think, Faye? Anything you'd like to share before or while we're wrapping up?
Just keep your awesome submissions coming, and go work on your art. Don't procrastinate.
Yeah.
Like me.
Like me too. Yeah.
And yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you, Soundwave. Thank you.
Thank you,
very
Lucky.
much, Lucky.
Thank
and
you,
Geo.
Geo. Yeah. So let me put them side by side. So let me copy paste all of them. There. And then merge. Oh wait, no, I have the thing here. Merge. And then they have merge. There we go. I'm gonna try to put them side by side. Put them jigsaw puzzle like. There. And yeah, we were talking about it actually while we were selecting our drawings. They all sort of have blue until Soundwave, which is like a hot red right there. And maybe I'll extend it. Canvas size. There.
Oh, very nice. I'll do this after the stream.
Yeah, I want to do it just to put them side by side for people to see. There, and there. So yeah, these are all the OCs. Excuse me. And again, thank you. We can't thank you guys enough. And again, we're not just a YouTube channel, we're also an art school. So if you guys are interested in taking classes with me, with Jesse, with Faye, or many of our other talented instructors, feel free to check out our website. It's right next to my name there. And yeah, if you want to keep supporting us for free content, consider becoming a member, YouTube member for like sub badges, emotes, and stuff. And you also get perks like the same one on Patreon. You get the working files, some class recordings, plus discounts. So be sure to check those stuff out.
Critiques. You can post your artwork on our server, and we will do drawovers and also tell you how you can make it better.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch here for you. Look at that. Boom.
Oh, I'm still rendering this Drake.
Yeah, the kaiju. But I think we're gonna wrap up. Yeah, that's all I want to say. Thank you again. Thank you a million. And until the next stream, bye everyone.
Bye bye.
Yes, bye bye.